Kia ora and welcome to Craft Artosaurus. My name's Paula and today I thought I'm going to make a new mat for the channel. So I've got this piece of felt and I'm going to put lots of creams and whites and that sort of thing on it. So we'll see how we go. I have an idea and we'll see if it's going to work. If not, that's not the end of the world. If it works, whoopee-ki-yay to me. So, oh dear. Here we go. We'll start off with a piece of Kiwiana that I really love. So, yep, we'll cut a bit of this off. I'm just going to cut bits and pieces. And that's something I had beside me. I've been going through everything. They're not going to be big pieces. I'm just going to put it everywhere on this and kind of, well, I'm going to make some fabric. That's what I think it's called, where you make the design and you get lots of scrap pieces of fabric and put it all together. So, yep, I'm going to put this over here on the side with the bits that don't fit hanging off. I suppose I should really work from the centre out, shouldn't I? But I'm not going to. I'm working from this side over here. So yeah, I've got my linen bits and pieces that are broken. So I'm quite keen to use some of these, and I have got some patterns. So yep, we'll cut some of this up. I didn't want it to be too colourful, mainly because I want to stitch on top. So I think I've already said that. Had a busy day yesterday, went to the movies with my husband. Yes, very lovely time. Had such a romantic night. We went and saw Superman. I know, people are most probably laughing. Oh dear. It might be a bit too big, but I guess it's a big piece and I want it to cover some of this, and I like the thought of a bit of gold in there and that sort of thing. So these are all scrap pieces that, yeah, pins and needles, fantastic place to pick up little bits and pieces. I don't want too much of this one. So I'm going to keep it fairly neutral, with little bits of bling here and there. Maybe that way around. Like that. I was meant to be card making today, but I ate something that didn't agree with me, so I'm staying at home. I just feel so. I thought, no, I'm not going to sit there. My tummy's rumbling. It's doing all sorts of weird things, weird and exotic things. So I'm medicated up to the hilt at the moment. Most probably don't need to know that. But I thought I'd better put something out. And also I'm starting to get bored, ergo I must be feeling better. You know, when you get that, oh, I don't really know what to do with myself feeling. Yeah, I've kind of got that happening at the moment, and I really don't know what to do with myself. So I thought, well, if it's at that stage, you're bored, so let's just get something for you to stitch. Bit messy. I've got bits and pieces all over the place, and so I watched was it Corinne the other week, and she did something where she just put lots of fabric down, and from there she kind of created something. So I've got that sort of imagery in my head, and yeah, there was also another lady I was watching. Oh, I can't remember, but yep. So I thought, well, I'm just going to use what I've got here, lots of creams and bits and pieces, and just work it out as I go. My husband's moving around, and I think we're about ready to light the fire. I could be wrong though. terrible weather here in New Zealand, so if you're further up north in the South Island, they're really being hit, but thankfully we aren't. So yeah, shouldn't, you know, I don't know which is the right and wrong way. I think that's the right way. Put a couple of pieces of that one on. Ooh, quite liking it. I think this one's too close to this one here, the Kiwiana. I can't put it, I can put it here. It's little birds and butterflies. Let's have a look. What else have we got? We've got this one with a little bit of silver in it. This one's got a button on it. I didn't notice that. How cool's that? Ooh. I have to think about that. I can use that button somewhere. I think we might need some. It's getting too kind of creamy yellowy, isn't it? I'll put that there. It's quite big. And that could go underneath. Can I put it underneath? Yep, my husband's definitely bringing in wood. I don't want that put there. Might go like that. Come up a bit. There we go. Oh. Really was wanting to put a bit of this sort of thing on. Let's have a look here. That's kind of intriguing. It's like an inside of a tie. I wonder if that's what it is, but it could be quite sweet just there. Cut it out there. Can we do this so it's I think it's too much to do with that. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Moons. Is that too bright? Excuse excuse me. Like I said, my stomach is going today. I think that works up here. I've got this bag of kind of neutrals, and, well, some very bright stuff to tell you the truth, but I thought, why not? Oh, that's kind of cool. Put that under here, like so. That joins up though, so we can, just needs to be off-centered a bit, like that. I'm not sure about this sort of thing yet. It's almost a Christmas fabric. Let's see what else is in here. Oh, yep, some pretty. Oh, that's a definite. So pretty. Oh, that would fit just here. And then this could, let's check it, it's covering everything. Need something over here. I'm not sure about this now. What else is in here? Just going to pull out a few pieces that I quite like, and I will be using them. Oh, I do like that too. These will go on top of what I've done, after I've drawn the picture obviously, and could be very sweet. Oh, I think that's okay at the side there, since I'm going to add that colour in, like so. Let's have a look. I want to keep these. Oh, I don't want blue. I keep on picking up blue at the moment. I don't know why, but I quite like that one. Just a bit of understated. As I guess we're getting into the red colour now. Oh, you know I'm going to. I love this little bird fabric. I need to find more of that at some stage. So, ooh, the little star fabric. I think the rest is all quite dark. Oh, nope, I lie. There is this and this. Oh, and there's a little bit more in the bag. This. Quite like the thought of flowers on it too. So I've got all these fabrics which I will put on once I'll put to one side. Oh, made a bit of a mess here, haven't I? I usually do. And that just needs to come up a little bit, because here we go. Not sure about this piece now. Tempted to. Oh, that actually looks better. I think it just needs a bit of a cut. It's gone a bit rough. I don't know if it was used inside a tie or whatever, but yeah, it's kind of a funky shape and I like that. Right, here we go. And I'll put that like that. There's this piece of, right. I think I can get away. Let's have a look. Shall I change anything? Just thinking this is a very big piece here. It's a big piece here, and I've got smaller pieces over here. So I think what I need to do is chop this in half. Just chopping it in half. Come on, Paula. Here we go. I think it's here. I'll chop that in half. And I think it was underneath everything here. I don't know. You see, I feel like there's a line here now. I'll just move my mat up in case you can't see. See just how there's a line here? So I feel something else needs to be there. I'll move this over to here. Yep, that seems to be fine, just here. So there needs to be something here that doesn't have a line. We can go on that a little bit. I quite like the thought of that. You can see the pink through it though, and I think this will get in the way. Maybe not that. Oh, that's what I wanted. I wanted a piece of can I get away with that? I need to know where my pattern is first. This will be one of the ones I add on after I put the pattern on. Not sure about that one. I quite like one of those on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut into it. That way at least I know that I want to use it. So I don't think I can put it down here because I still haven't sorted out so I guess I'm basing it around my Just Because quilt where yeah, you put something down and then you sew on top of it and you slowly get there. And I do want to add bits of lace. Oh look, this one's already cut into. I think I have used that on my Just Because. It could come out from under there and come underneath. It could go underneath everything. Going to cut it around about here. And then up here where it meets, well, just before it meets really. I mean, it's just a piece of linen, but that could be quite sweet there. I still want to keep those cool edges I've got up here, and I think I will put this underneath this one, so you still get, see how you get a better edge there. I'm looking at it and I can see what I'm kind of looking for now. There needs to be something underneath here. I think that would be quite sweet. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off, and I'm putting this underneath this bit here just to give it a little bit of colour. You see that, how it changes it? I think this was over top of that, wasn't it? Yep. There we go. Now that's better because now I can't see the pink below. I'm thinking this bit here is still a little big, so I'm going to chop this one down. I'm going to chop it there so it's uneven. This is my Kiwiana fabric, and I do love using Kiwiana. And I'm putting it underneath, and we just need either two little things or one thing up here. Oh, I would really like, you see something like this where it's got a flower on it. I quite like the thought of putting something like that on. So I'm going to cut it here. Go up a little bit higher just in case, and come across. Oh, that's it. There we go. Isn't that sweet? Right, so now I've got my base for my new mat, which will be, so the black one will only come out now when I'm painting, and this will be here for when I do my stitching. So it's quite a big piece, and I'm going to go away, I'm going to stitch this all down. I'm going to put needles in it first, you know, because nothing like, I mean pins in it, nothing like stabbing yourself while you're stitching. The colours I will be using, I think I'm going to use this in the background. So it's Coats crochet thread number 20. I think I'll use that, and I'm just going to do a running stitch over everything and hold everything down nicely, and then I'm going to draw a picture on. So I don't know if we'll get to that today, and I'll be using these threads here. See how neutral they look, but they've still got a little bit of life in them, but hopefully not too much. So that's where I'm thinking of going, and we'll see how far along it is by the time I'm finished. So yeah, it's just going to be, I'll go away and I'll start doing a little bit of stitching and holding everything down. All right, see you soon. Bye. Okay, it's the next day, and I'm back, and everything is just sewed down. I've just done a running stitch going around the outside and then slowly working my way into the center, and I'm quite happy with that. It's really, really cool. So that's a little bit more brighter than my black mat. So now all I'm going to do is with a few threads, I think I showed you those yesterday. Just let me move something off the desk I received the other day. Where did I put them? Well, with those few threads I'm going, oh, a thread on myself, I don't know where that's come from. I'm just going to use a few things from in my Sweet Stitches iron-on transfer kit. Remember, I got this from Amazon, and Annie had got it in one of her monthly sew things. So inside here there are lots of sewing things, but see, there's this I can put on, There are also sewing bits and pieces, so I'm not flicking through the book and doing a copyright thing. I'm just flicking through now looking for the sewing things. Now I'm looking for them, I'm not going to see them. Here we go. We've got a little container that you put your sewing in, so I've got that I can cut out. There's more here. I just can't. Here we go. There's a whole page of stuff now. So there's a sewing machine, there's scissors, some more scissors, some threads, and bits and pieces. So I'm just going to pick some things out of this book. I'm not going to photocopy them, sorry. The next page also looks quite promising. There we go. Some threads that I use, and I'm just going to place them on here and have a stitch and a fun with them. I'm not going to show you that, sorry. I am feeling better today, so yippee-ki-yay, but I'm still not 100%. My stomach's still going quite badly, so never mind, it's not the end of the world. So I will carry on with this. I'll give you an update on Thursday when I do my update videos, and you'll see how I'm going, and if I'm still stitching on it, we can do some stitching together then. I can see bits and pieces that I want to fix up on it, so yeah. I didn't do any overstitch on, like, I think I did overstitch in places. Let's have a look. I went around it here. I did kind of a little bit of an overstitch here. I've gone around this one, just a running stitch. This one has been overstitched. This has been running stitched. So yeah, I'm mainly focusing in on the middle here. Yeah, and I'll find a few fun quotes, fun and funky quotes, and I'll throw that on as well. So I'll see you on later on in the week. I'm not giving a day now because yeah, that's how things are, and there's just going to be this one video on the Sunday. So yeah, so if you did like my rambling and I don't think I spoke a lot yesterday because I really wasn't feeling that well, but I just needed something to do and I didn't have a project. Oh, first time ever I could say that. I had knitting. I suppose I could have knitted. No, I wasn't in a knitting mood yesterday. Yeah, I was in a sewing mood and I didn't have a sewing project. So yeah, so that's okay. Well, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I thank you very much for watching. And I'm sorry it's just a weird one that's kind of been placed in there, but I did want to get this done, and I do think it's going to look a lot nicer. So when I do sewing projects, this will be the background instead of my boring black mat, which I will still use for when I do paintings and card making and that sort of thing, because it's leather, I can clean it, and I want to keep this desk pristine because I do love it. So yeah, I'm sure you all understand you've got things that you like to keep clean. So I'll see you all later. Have a lovely weekend. All right, bye for now. Bye everyone.